Vasilis and welcome to Vasilis Garden. We're in Coburg, folks. That's right, it's springtime.
Yeah.
Now, I've got Angela and Lena here. How are you?
No, good, thank you. And thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. How are you, sweetheart?
Good, thank you.
Now, you invited me over here. Well, actually, you called into my store.
Correct.
And I've come over here to help
problems.
you with a couple of problems, because you've had a few problems. Tell me about the problems.
Okay, well, I used to have a natural veggie garden, right?
Yeah.
And and there was no issues, which was perfect. And I decided to do a natural raised garden beds because of my back issues.
Yes.
And since then, I've had nothing but problems.
Nothing but problems?
No. I ended up organising, well, someone suggested to organise a veggie soil mix, right, which I did. I ended up adding some compost and also manure, right, and I mixed it all well, and then go back a couple of weeks rest, and then I started planting silverbit and parsley especially. And everything just wasn't thriving. It wasn't growing.
It wasn't growing.
It wasn't growing. You know, and the silverbit, mind you, it was so small, been like that for a good, 10, 12 weeks. And I thought, hang on, there's something wrong here. So that's when we decided to come to your store to see you. Right? And you give me advice. So what you asked me was, well, probably your pH is out, out of whack. And in fact, it was, because my wife decided to get some soil. It was great, and you tested it, and I think it was around the 5.5. You said, no, look, it's too acidic.
Yes.
So you suggested to add lime, which I've done. And also you gave me a fertiliser, organic fertiliser mix, which I also threw pellets around. And also the Eco Ammonia.
Amino-Grow.
Yes. Right.
So I gave you all that. So we fixed the problem.
Definitely.
Let's go home.
Now.
We're done. Thank you. You're welcome.
We'll have a look at it now.
We'll do the Zumba dance now. What do you reckon? We're finished.
No.
We've solved all the problems. All right. Well, we're going to take a tour from the garden.
For sure.
It's not a large garden, folks. Here,
but
it's a passionate thing that you have in your life. You love your gardening. Now you have flowers as well, don't you?
Oh, yeah, starting.
You're starting. Getting into the flowers.
Yeah, starting.
And you've told me you've got some problems. We don't have to go to them. All right, we'll go there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's flowering, but the buds or the flowers are going brown.
Oh, look at that. They are going brown. This is your gardenia here. So they don't get to open up. I'm going to pull this one off because it's not going to work, is it?
And this one's not going to
either. All right. So the problems with gardenias, A, they love acidic soil. So you feed them well. B, the blossom of the flower can be affected by mites. Now, it's a tiny, tiny little insect. What happens is it actually attacks it and it causes it to brown off or blacken off like that. It could also be petal blight. So you need to spray this with eco oil before it gets to this stage, when it's really small. And that'll protect it. Also, caterpillars can affect them too. And if you were to peel back some of these little petals, not on these ones, but if there was a caterpillar, it'd be hiding in there, in that little leaf there. So, and it's a tiny little green one that gets in there too. So spraying it with eco oil, that'll combat all the insects.
Should we spray it before it starts flowering or buds?
Yes, spray it when it's in bud stage, smaller than this, and that'll stop it from happening again. Okay. So what do you feed your gardenia?
Just water.
Just water. There you go. Thirsty gardenias. Water's good, but a bit of that compost. Come over here for a second. A little bit of that compost that you put in your garden is always good to sprinkle around the base of your gardenia as well. So do that every 3 months and the gardenias will flourish.
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Okay.
Beautiful. Perfect. Morning sun, afternoon shade. That's what we got now, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
That's what they need.
Can we get in the veggie garden now?
Yeah, come on.
Let's go. I just wanted to say the parsley wasn't growing and they produced yellow parsley.
No. Let's say that again. Say it with the passion and pathos you said it earlier. Turn the camera on and you've just gone real quiet on me. Go for it.
Go for it, look. Explain.
The parsley. What was it?
Even the parsley wasn't growing.
Yes, even the parsley wasn't growing.
It was
this is how it looked like before.
That's how it was. And how many months you said it was in here?
At least
6 months.
No, 12 months.
12 months and it hasn't grown.
It wasn't even do nothing.
No.
Do the right things in the garden.
Do the right thing and look what happens there.
It's growing everywhere.
That's right.
In about 2 weeks you'll be harvesting it all.
No, mate.
Can't wait.
No, for sure.
The best way to look after your plants is with Vasili's Easy Hand Spray. Order your sprayer now, available only at vasilisgarden.com.
Now, what about if we need to restore the body? We've got to get it back into revival mode. You've been quite ill. Well, this is a vibrancy formula that I'm going to give you. The first thing is that we've got some apple cider vinegar here. So we've got 1 cup of apple cider vinegar in our jar here, and we've got 3 tablespoons of a good quality honey. So that's our base. Now what we need to do is that we get some common mint. Now mint is a wonderful digestive aid. So we take a couple of leaves of that. When we get the nasturtium and we get the leaves, which are beautiful peppery flavour, just take a whole chunk of nasturtium, including flower heads, and say about a handful is a good estimate, and around about 2 to 3 tops of parsley. Now again, parsley, it's a powerful medicine. We simply just go along and we chop up these leaves. So we just pop it into the jar. Now a good thing now would be is to think about blitzing it, because we want all of the healing benefits to infuse in here together. And that'll come a beautiful green colour, and it'll smell fantastic. And particularly when you've got some flower heads of the nasturtium, and then you would have a tablespoon twice a day. This is powerful medicine in a jar, folks. When you look at this for, say, recovery, for restoration, you're feeling a bit run down. What about if you've actually had a bad virus or flu and you just can't bounce back? This will bounce you back like nothing else. So, folks, until next time, find happiness in every moment and enjoy the benefits of natural medicine.
Hello. How you going?
I'm good,
I
thanks.
see you sitting here in the background watching.
Oh yeah, I like to watch.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
Beautiful name.
Thank
Are you
you.
neighbours or friends or cousins?
My brother and my sister-in-law.
Oh, that's your brother.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, who's older? Should I be asking that question? Or
Yeah, he's older. I'm the middle and I've got a younger brother.
Oh, wonderful. I came hungry, you know that.
Yeah.
All I had was moussaka this morning, a souvlaki. I had a capricciosa.
Is that all?
Yeah, and
It's not much.
and a big breakfast.
Not much.
No, it wasn't enough.
No, you need to have more.
Yeah.
We've got plenty inside.
You have?
Yes.
Good
we have
Italian
our toast.
family, huh?
Oh yeah, you can tell our family. And how?
So you built this?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It actually took long because, I mean, I've explained to you I've got back issues, and of course there were
Anyway.
times if I had spasm, I had to give it a rest. But anyway,
How long did it
overall
take?
this project took me a good nearly 10 months.
Lena, you kept saying to me everything was yellow, everything
Yes.
wasn't doing well here, but now you've come here and everything's green. You're referring
Yeah.
to me turning up today.
Yeah,
and it's
because you
green.
gave us the advice how to fix it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now, everything's greened up within a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing.
3 weeks. It is.
I'm just wondering why the leaves were yellow.
Before, why they went yellow?
Yeah, the
well,
leaves.
if the soil is sometimes too rich, it can burn the roots up, stops the roots being able to draw up the nutrients. It locks all the other vitamins out of the soil. Okay. And that makes the plant just take up water because it's dehydrating, and that causes it to yellow. And as soon as you feed the soil properly and you balance the nutrients, it's a good diet, the plant will green up straight away. And that
Fantastic.
also, with warm weather, helps the plant grow. So you've got a pH meter,
Yes, exactly.
a probe.
A natural probe, yes.
Yes, so you stick it in the soil.
That's right. And
Right.
leave it, well, the instruction says leave it for about a minute to
Okay.
stabilise. And I actually get a reading. Now, last time I think it was around the nearly 6.
6.
Yes.
All right, so I've got a powder in liquid form.
Yep.
I've brought that with me today. I want to do a test between your probe and my powder in liquid, which gives me a colour reading
Okay.
against the chart.
Yep.
And we'll see how accurate either one is. We'll do a comparison, see how close they are
Yeah,
to
good.
each other.
Yes.
You're on for it?
Sure.
So we're going to do a pH test of the soil, folks, and it's always important to do a test. Testing your soil and testing the soil that the plant is grown in, the pot that it's grown in, will give you an indication of whether the condition of your soil suits the root zone of that plant and the plant itself to be able to grow in it. And the best way to do it is using a pH test kit like this one here. It's a liquid and dye form that I have in powder, or you can use a probe. Now, we've got both here because Angelo uses the probe, which you insert into the garden bed like that. Make sure it's nice and firm. Leave it there for a few minutes and it'll give you a reading. Now, the reading you get from it will vary from a number, if you're using a pH probe, from a number like 2, which is really acidic, all the way up to about 10, 11, which is completely alkaline. So what we're going to do now is take a sample of soil on this little test pad here. Now, you need about a teaspoon's worth of soil to put on a test pad. Next, we apply some liquid dye, just like that, to hydrate it enough, and then all we do is sprinkle the powder over the top to give us the end result. Now the colour will come through shortly. Give it a couple of seconds, and as it comes through, get your test chart. We're sitting around 7, 6.5, 7 is pretty good. Now let's compare that to what the probe's reading. Can we have a look there? And how accurate is that? 6.5, 7 as well. So the little unit does work, folks. Just got to be patient with them.
If you like Vasili's Garden, then you'll love the spring edition of Vasili's Garden to Kitchen magazine, available at all good news agencies. Subscribe now at vasilisgarden.com.
Hi guys, well finally spring is upon us and there's no better way to start off the season than with a natural detox smoothie before you get out into the garden for some spring planting. Just like all of my smoothies, this one not only tastes great, it'll keep you going throughout the day. First, let's add a pinch of paprika. Paprika is anti-inflammatory and rich in antioxidants. It improves circulation, it prevents hair loss, helps settle a sore stomach, and is a really good source of iron. Next, I'm adding a pinch of Himalayan seaweed salt. This type of salt contains a number of minerals and is very high in iodine, and iodine helps to ensure that the thyroid is working well. Salt in its whole state can be very beneficial, and Himalayan seaweed salt has the ability to keep the body hydrated and clear out toxins in the body when it's mixed with water. The rest of the ingredients include half a cup of pecans soaked for a couple of hours or overnight and then rinsed, half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries, 2 pitted dates, 3/4 cup of Greek yogurt, 2 tablespoons of shredded coconut, and 3/4 cup of porridge oats. And I'm topping it off with some cacao nibs, maple syrup, and some more coconut. Wow, this tastes so good, and it's all made by my Kuvings SV500 vacuum blender. For more great recipes just like this one, visit our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. See you next time.
You've got 2 tanks here. Wonderful, 2,000 litres.
Yes, and I hooked them all up both together.
Yep.
Right there, and I got tap, and of course goes through my actual pump, and then.
Yep.
Then
Who did all this?
I did.
What was your profession? Jack of all
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. I
Jack
can
of all
see
trades.
that.
Should I run out of tank water,
Yeah.
which of course during summer you would, because it's been very hot, I'll be watering a lot of times.
Yeah.
So then I've actually come up with this idea.
What's the idea? Show me it.
Okay, instead of having rather 2 hoses, one for me main, one for me tank, I decided, right, I ended up going to Bunnings, right, and I was looking at all their different fittings, and I come up with this. I said, that might work.
Okay.
You know, and it's all, it does.
So what are you doing here? You've got 3 connections going in together.
That's right. Okay, so I got this one coming from
the tap?
main tap, yes.
This is another tap.
That's right, that's from my tank. Which
Oh,
is
that's
the
from
pipe.
your tank.
Correct. Right,
Yeah.
so that's going in the centre, and then I've got 2 little small taps, which I can open and close, you see.
Okay.
Yeah, right, so at the moment, right, that's...
I love it.
Yeah.
So now that's
Yeah.
running the mains tank.
No,
and
so this now be
that's running from the mains water.
From the mains water.
All right,
So
and
in
it's
other words,
connected
I've
to here.
opened this up.
All right, so this is
Correct.
mains water now,
That's
right?
right, so we up,
yeah?
they're up.
Yeah, so we... Oh, sorry, Lena. Oh, sorry. I didn't realise you were there.
Oh, did you-
I got the
did-
camera. Sorry. Did I? So that's off now.
No, that's on.
Oh, that's on.
Okay, so you got the trigger.
I got the trigger.
Yes,
Okay.
go.
Oh, sorry. I did it again. Oh, no.
Just
oh, my God.
Hey, you know what? It was on jet because I was cleaning the paving.
Okay, let's have a look at it.
Hey, put on...
Do it to me, man.
Hey, we're having fun here. Hang on to shower.
What did you put in that scotch, man?
But nothing.
Showers.
Here we go. Okay.
Just do it there.
There you go. But it's supposed to keep it down.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
he's trying to unwind it down.
It's okay.
So we'll shut that off now. Okay, just to show you.
So there you
okay.
go. It's off.
That's closed.
Yeah, that's off now.
Okay, so now
You gotta turn that
to
one
get me tank, what I do is I close my
one
main
on, and then
and
you turn
I
that
open
one
my
on.
tank and go for it. You see?
And that's your tank now.
That's it, mate, see? And I just use one hose instead of having
Look
two.
at how good is that, eh?
Hey?
And you got good pressure in here too.
Yeah, fantastic.
Nice. I can wash my little board now.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
go.
There you go.
Yeah. I salute.
I salute, right? Yeah.
So good health.
Good health. Yeah.
Wonderful gardening.
That's it to everyone.
Nice. You made this for us?
Beautiful.
What is this? Lasagna?
That's lasagna, yes.
Yeah.
And ingredients, darling, what did you add?
What did you have?
Tender loving care.
Tender loving.
Tender loving care.
Lots of tender loving care. All right.
Beautiful.
Here we go. Oh. So when did you two meet?
Go on, Lena, you explain, love. You've been telling everybody. True.
How did you meet? Tell me.
I've a tax return.
A tax return.
Which was all rigged, I reckon.
It was rigged.
Yes.
Purposely rigged.
Yes.
Why? Where were you working?
No, I was working actually in West Brunswick, right?
Yeah.
And of course, I got told,
Yeah.
look, they come naked, but you have to go to their home, right?
Come naked.
No.
No,
What did you say?
I had to go to their home.
Yeah.
Can't make it.
Right.
Come naked.
That's right, right. She couldn't make it.
She
but-
couldn't make it.
That's right, but I had to go home. And then I found out that my father-in-law and
Now,
with my uncle...
He wasn't
that-
your father-in-law back then.
That's right. Well, yeah, that's right. You know, at that time,
Yeah.
what they planned for you to meet Lena, which was fantastic. Yeah.
So your father-in-law now was your tax,
No, it was my uncle.
your uncle.
My uncle, that's right.
Oh,
The team father-in-law and my uncle.
Oh.
Right, we organised it
Yeah, to meet up.
to meet up. Yes.
Yeah.
Healthy Habits Smoothies book is now available at all QBD bookstores or online at vasilisgarden.com.
Have you got a citrus tree or a fruit tree at home that's not performing well? It's not fruiting or flowering properly? How about using Rich Grow's Black Marvel Premium Fruit and Citrus Food? It's actually high in nitrogen for healthy plant growth. It contains iron for nice healthy green leaves. It's even high in phosphorus as well for a healthy root system. And most importantly, it contains calcium. And calcium produces a larger, more sweet, juicy fruit. And as a general rule of thumb, you apply fertiliser to your citrus trees about 4 times a year. And to help you remember that, just remember, change of season, time to feed your trees. About 200 grams of the Rich Grow Black Marvel. And to measure that, roughly 1 adult handful measures about 50 grams. And always, when applying fertiliser, use your gloves. You never put the fertiliser right up against the trunk. You've got to put it around the drip line. And the drip line is where the end of the branches and the leaves here and where the water drips down. That's basically the drip line here. After applying fertiliser, you always water it in. It actually contains a wetting agent. So when you do water it in, it actually penetrates deep down to that root system that is much needed over the summer period.
I mean, Lena, she cuts off veggies and stuff,
Yep.
and she throws out a lot of scrap in the bin. And I thought, well, hang on, we could put use in the garden.
In the garden. That's
So,
very good, and that's a
so-
great idea. Now, you've
Yeah.
started making compost. One in here that's been going for a while. We've got a lot of insects nesting
That's
and
right, about
harvesting
3
in there.
weeks, yes.
Okay. Phew, I've got to close my mouth.
yes.
I've got to go in my mouth.
Exactly.
Lots
Yes.
of insects. And this one here's got a lot of green waste. If we have a look at this one here, that is very wet. It's starting to become anaerobic, which means it's not breathing well. So yes, turn it around. See the slurry at the bottom?
Yes. Oh, no. Oh, dear, yes.
Smell-o-vision.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Technology hasn't caught up yet, has it?
Oh, there you go.
Thank God for that. So we're going to throw this straight into that bed there
Right.
because we've got soil there and we're going to blend it into the soil.
Sure.
And the earthworms and the microbes in the soil are going to come up and help break this down, dry it out a little bit.
Okay.
So your best bet is to leave a section in your garden bed where you can add your scraps like this. And we just turn it all in. Just loosen it all up like that.
Yeah.
Mix it all up. Now you can dig little holes if you like into this, into the ground. For example, I'll give you an example here. So I did this, right?
Yep.
Dig a little hole like that and put the food scraps straight in there,
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
And then put the soil over the top and bury it.
Wow.
You can shovel. Oh, how's your back?
No, it's
okay?
okay.
It's
Not
okay?
bad, not bad. Tony.
Okay.
Thank you, yeah. Okay, so dig
Dig it in.
it in and then move it
Push
up,
it in.
push it in and
Bury it.
and bury it.
Yeah, bury it nicely
Fair
over the
enough.
top.
Yeah.
Like any of the green scraps, the smaller the pieces they are, the quicker they break down.
To break down, yeah.
So the larger the pieces that you add to it, the longer it takes to break down. So
Break
you want to chop it all up like you have been, because this is quite good. So keep chopping them up, crushing them.
Yep.
and dig them in, and they'll break down so quick. A little bit of moisture. If you had some blood and bone in here, that'll activate it even quicker.
Oh, okay.
And that's all you need to do. So spread that
Right.
evenly, because we haven't covered it all over
No.
properly.
Yeah,
But you got the idea.
Okay, what about the existing plants? Can I add the compost?
Of course you can.
around
Now,
it?
if you've got a little area between the plants where you can dig in carefully without disturbing the roots too much, by all means. Small areas like this, drop all your waste in there, cover it over,
Yep.
and it'll come to life.
Yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
You going to feed me?
Yeah, of course.
Of course we will. Come on, we're waiting for it. Hey, let's go and eat.
Let's go and eat.
Come on, let's go.
Who's
No, second room.
That's my brother-in-law.
Oh.
He married,
Oh, hello.
he married my sister. That's sweet.
1 second. Wait, can we just backtrack for a second? That's your brother-in-law
That's
That
right.
married my sister.
that married your sister.
That's
So
right.
you two brothers are brothers.
Correct.
Yes,
And where's your sister?
she's at home.
Oh, she's at home.
Yeah.
So the two brothers married the two sisters.
Correct. Yeah, so work that out.
Where are you from?
I know, right. So we married first.
Yep.
And then, in due course, then my brother died, my
Wonderful.
sister-in-law. And, yeah, it's been fantastic since.
It's been fantastic, eh?
Yeah.
How many children have you got?
Oh, 2 boys.
2 boys?
Yes. Yeah, first one, the eldest, 34, and of course I've got Anthony. Yeah.
How are you, mate?
Yeah.
You only turn up for the food, don't you?
Why not?
What do we say? Marashi! See you next week.